These illegal lives, based on a morally decreed tide, with philosophical ties, perpetuate damage onto myself and other lives. Truth here lies, with these megabytes in video format, exposed to their lies. Last E's a 3 series of illegal lives.
He said to go down on him as a protest. As a protest to me, talking about his ways of making fun of people that have mental problems, are mentally healthy. He said that years ago in an open chat room when he was on camera. He didn't show himself. He didn't show his face. He blocked it out with tape so it looked like blackish purple, right? And he talked about, yeah, I make fun of the mentally handicapped. So what? Are you a loser? Or maybe he said something even more derogatory, something to that effect. And him and his friends, companions, they try to make me feel low. They try to make me low about myself because, I don't instigate someone that has a mental disease disorder so they get worse. So they have a mental trauma, either anxiety, a panic disorder. I think that's cruelty. I don't stand for cruelty. And and I talked and I mentioned that, and he goes, suck my, what? It's just like it's an empty thought. It's just like I get it's insulting, but it's so degenerate, derogatory. It's like that has nothing to do with the discussion at hand. I know where he stands. I know he stands, but it's like it's almost like we're having a dialogue, and that's the way that you leave. That's the way you go. I'm not gonna say ironic, but I was also talking about or thinking about. Cause I was thinking, but I was talking here on camera. I just wasn't recording. Now I am about how abusive people can be in relationships, and how people rely on sexual pleasure more so than the pleasure of communication and partnership and companionship. I will not subjugate myself because I've been through abusive partners that were deceptive and manipulated for their own benefit to make me hurt and make me feel pain and sorrow. And by the way, the sexual pleasure was not that great to begin. Even if it was, I would never trade some sexual physical pleasure for psychological emotional pain down the road. And it brought me to this phase or place and a thought where that guy right there, he would love to abuse someone mentally so they can feel emotional pain for things that aren't even true or something like that. Just it gives him pleasure. That's a form of psychological abusive sadistic individual. And I also raised the question: if someone, let's just say, I don't know if I'm diagnosed bipolar, schizophrenic, because the the hospital that I go to, they just change it whenever they want to fit their appropriate, whatever they want to degrade me on. But let's just say I have bipolar 2 disorder, and you already know that. It's been common knowledge. I don't brag about too much, but I discussed it. And your purpose is to give me, have me go through a psychological trauma, so have a breakdown for your own personal benefit, for your own joy. And you do it on purpose. And you cause me so much damage, like I lose a job, I lose hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? I end up in a hospital or something, and then it takes me weeks to recover from that. I might fall into depression after that. What kind of charges, what kind of criminal charge would you bring on people when they instantly openly admit they want to do that? Because, let's just say someone has a broken leg, and that, that guy would probably, I actually remember, that particular sadistic fool, he would defend, well, I didn't do that. But it is the same. It's a physical mental pain. And, you hit his crutches so he falls and breaks his leg even more. That's an assault, a physical assault. This is a mental assault. Especially when you know that someone might be suffering because a lot of ailments and this and the other thing, and your whole job is to hurt that person mentally, and even have proof about that. How many charges could you assign to that individual or individuals? questions to be had, and answers would be nice to be had as well.